Hello, namaste, welcome. So, this is Mills from leadersoftheheart.com, and this is my new weekly blog challenge. So, I haven't blogged for some time. Last week, I blogged for the first time in almost a year and a half, and I loved it. I loved connecting back with people again, had some lovely comments. So I decided that actually, and I'm one of those people who have a lot to say. When I was a kid, my dad would always say, and that's the end of the story. And I'd be like, no, 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 it's not. I want to say this and this and this, this. So yeah, I am someone, as we all are, who has a lot to say. But for quite a long time, I've been kind of hiding myself away. So this is me breaking out and stepping out again and sharing just what comes up in the week and any thoughts and anything, keeping it light, keeping it fun, keeping it real, because that's what I'm all about. Yeah. All right. So this week is all about getting organised and getting clean and getting tidy and getting absolutely cleared out in your house, decluttering, ordering, and making life light. So I've been on a journey the last few years really of getting rid of my stuff. So a couple of years ago I made the big decision that I was going to leave everything and take off on a journey of self-discovery, and so I booked a one-way ticket to India, and gearing up to going to India I sold pretty much everything I own. So I've never bought my house, because I'm very much a free spirit, and I've always thought, oh God, if I've owned my own house, then I can never just take off, which is quite a naive mindset, really. And actually, I'm in the process of changing that mindset at the moment. More about that in another blog. But yeah, I've never bought my own place. So, what I did have was an accrual of many, many, many years of stuff. When I was a student, and so let's think, about 15 years ago, when I was doing some postgraduate study, I started to acquire a lot of stuff. So in the university where I was at in York, we had like a free ads type thing, but not free, like small ads it was called, and people were basically selling their stuff off. And I became quite addicted to this little circle of selling stuff. So, I'd say, oh wow, there's a Pyrex bowl for 50p, or there's this for £1, or this for £5, or this for £3. Before I knew it, I had bought so much kitchen stuff, all of which I was absolutely delighted with because it was such a bargain. And I hadn't realised how much stuff I had until I moved house. And I moved to this lady's. It was basically like a little 2-bedroom house. It was her house, and she was after a student to basically take the spare room and top up her money. She wasn't expecting someone like me. I rocked up, and the whole first carload was basically kitchen stuff. So carrying it in bowls and plates and this and that, and her face just like, oh my God. She said, where is all that going to go? Well, I tell you what, it barely fitted in the lounge, let alone her kitchen that was about half the size. So let's just say I didn't stay there very long. And I did get rid of some stuff. But yeah, the last few years I've been getting rid of more and more and more stuff. I wanted to get down to basically having a bag. I didn't quite manage the bag because I have a few things which are really special to me. Some of the most special things are my instruments. You can see, I think, my guitar and my piano in the background, my gembare also in the side. I have a djembe somewhere, it's tucked under the piano, I don't think you can see it. I've also got a cello. I am a cellist. As some of you know, again, that's another blog post, but I've been reclaiming my own creativity for the last few years. And part of that is about reclaiming my own musicality and starting to play music and stuff again. So there was no way, no matter if it was my last day on the planet, I would never sell my instruments. I would pass them on to someone, yes, if I knew I was to be taking my last breath, but I could never be parted with my instruments. They're like children to me. But apart from that, everything else could pretty much go. So I've been in this process of getting rid and getting rid and getting rid. When I came back to England, then I had a room full of stuff, and I saw, oh my God, there's still stuff actually I can get rid of. That notorious box of photographs from ever. So I still haven't quite dealt with the photos, but I'm getting there. So I've been sifting and sifting and sifting, and a couple of weeks ago, on the way back from holiday, I read this amazing book by Marie Kondo. If you haven't read it, look it up. There is some stuff online. This book is just a few pounds. I would recommend that you buy it. And basically, her message at the back, she says, transform your home into a permanently tidy, clutter-free space and be amazed at how your whole life changes. Now, that has been the case for me. I can honestly say that clearing up this last lot of stuff has been absolutely breathtakingly amazing and transformative for me. I will put some before and after pictures. I'll put them at the end of this video so you can see. I haven't got that many before actually. And as I say, because I've been getting rid of stuff for so many years now, I actually didn't have that much stuff. But I still did manage a whole carload to the charity and pretty much a whole carload to the skip, unfortunately, as well. Some of it just couldn't be used by anybody. So there's been quite a lot of throwing out and there's been quite a lot of recycling as well. But basically a lot of getting rid of. And now, when I come into my flat, it's like a breath of fresh air. It just feels like there's so much space created. Everything has its home. Everything feels like it's a joy. So before, what I used to say was that I'm not naturally tidy. I always used to say I'm a naturally messy person. I'm disorganised, I'm messy, and I was very much caught in that story. And Chotu, my now husband, said to me a few months ago, I don't believe that. I don't buy into that story. He said, it's not true that that you're naturally messy. It doesn't make sense. He said, you can learn to be tidy. You just haven't learnt. He said, and this can be the time you learn. And I thought, oh. I thought, shit, what? Because actually he's really super tidy. And what I've noticed in him over the last couple of years we've been together is that he has this incredible respect for everything that he owns. The way he folds his clothes is like a folding with love, and the way that he almost treats them like a small child. He'll delicately fold them, delicately handle them. He'll wrap them up in this beautiful way in this package that looks so appealing. It makes me want to open it up and put the clothes on. And what I found is that by doing this Marie Kondo way and getting rid of stuff, and then basically her method is about keeping the stuff which basically sparks joy. So the stuff that you're like, I put this on, but it's always been a bit weird here and I never feel quite right here, it goes. Yeah, and some of that stuff you feel like, oh, well, actually, I have hardly any clothes. I've lived out a bag the last 2 years. I don't have very many things. And I start to think, well, if I get rid of this, I'm going to have hardly anything. But what I realised is, when I was living out of my bag, I actually never wanted for anything extra. I was perfectly sufficed with the stuff that I had. So I'm almost returning to that. It's like the stuff I do have is the stuff that I really want. I've seen that, yeah, maybe actually I do need to replace a few things and let a few things go and just get to very, very basics of what I need. It's the same in the kitchen. Each pan has its place. Anything that I didn't need has gone. The scales that I'm using at the moment, because I'm watching what I eat and weighing my nuts and such like, they've got its place. I lift them out, weigh the food, put it back. It's like everything is clear, everything is clean, everything has its space. So when I was thinking about doing this video, I'm someone that just hits record and I never know what I'm going to say till I start saying it. But I thought, oh, instead of waffling on like I have for these 10 minutes, I should prepare something of what I've got to say about this. So I made a very few brief notes. I came up with 5 things that have been amazing about tidying and decluttering my space the Marie Kondo way. The first thing is that I feel lighter. I feel like my life is lighter, my space is lighter, it's light, it's sunny, it's breathable, it's beautiful. I feel fresh and invigorated in my space. The second thing is that feeling then is a joyful feeling. I actually feel more joyful. I feel more joyful as I come to pick my clothes up. They've been folded in this special way, and the way that they unravel as I pick them up, it fills me with joy. I love it. It's like, oh, this is lovely. And it feels like just the energy around everything is really fresh, really alive, really invigorating. The third thing is that this ease and this grace and this joy and this flow that I have in the flat and with the stuff and how it's folded and how I interact with it has actually spilled out into other areas of my life. So what I'm noticing is that I'm actually making different food choices, and I want to exercise in a way that I didn't used to want to before. And my creativity, I picked up the guitar yesterday, started making up a new song, and I was like, oh, this is brilliant. I feel like I'm in more flow, and everything is a bit more fresh and a bit alive and just easier. I think life has a bit more ease to it. The other thing is that I feel like I'm living with more respect. I feel like as I fold my things and as I unfold them and as I put things away and everything has its home, it just feels like a more respectful way of living. I feel that I'm respecting my space, I'm respecting my belongings, and in turn it feels like then I'm respecting myself. And in turn, as I said before, that also then spills over into other areas of my life, like my food, like my creativity, like all sorts of things, my business. And finally, I just actually feel more me, which I never thought I'd say. I've almost been proud of being messy and being almost like defiant about it, like a teenager, like, yeah, I'm messy and that's me. And I see that actually I have been messy up until now. But the new story is that actually now I'm naturally tidy because everything has its place. I don't have more stuff than I need. I don't have stuff that I don't want and that I don't like. I've got the stuff around me which truly fills me with joy. I interact with it in a respectful and loving way. And this is how I manage not only my space, my home, my belongings, but also myself and everything that I do in life. So the effect of caring for and respecting my environment has meant that actually I'm respecting myself more, I'm loving myself more, and I'm making choices that love me more. And in return then, I feel more alive, more fresh, more me, more vibrant, more healthy, more flowing, more glowing. And hence this video, to inspire you, if you haven't read Marie Kondo, to get that book and see what changes you can make in your living space. So it's not about getting rid and throwing out and trying to siphon down. It's about seeing what fills you with joy and fill your space with that. And the stuff that doesn't, let it go. And what I would do, I've got rid of so much stuff, that also sentimental things, and I would hold them, I would give them a hug, I would kiss them. You don't have to kiss them, but I'm a sentimental, romantic soul. And I would say with my heart, thank you so much for all that you have brought me. I've been so happy to have you in my life. But now it's time for you to go on your own new adventure. I send you out into the world with love and with thanks. And I part with it. Whether it went to the bin or whether it went to the charity. That's how I would release things. And so it's almost like those times when you're out and you see something beautiful and you don't have your camera and you think it's okay because that lives on in my heart. But those really special things, that's what you can do. And with those things, I had a top that I'd had since I was about 15. I was keeping it, I thought, and I thought, actually, I've got those memories in my heart. I don't need this top to keep me in that feeling. I send you with love and with thanks. Okay, so I'm getting to 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop now because, yes, new rule I've decided suddenly is that I'm going to make these no more than 15 minutes. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I would love to hear from you in the comments about how you create your space, what works for you. If you've read Marie Kondo, if you do another method, And yeah, keep me posted. All right, loads of love. God bless. Mwah. Okay, so as promised, here's a few before and after pics. This is the before, which actually was quite tidy for me. I was quite proud that I was quite organised. Here's the after. Notice the folding, notice the space. It's not the best quality pictures, sorry, but it gives you the feeling. Here's the lounge. You can feel again the space, kitchen, through to outside. Kitchen area, just notice that everything has its place, everything feels clean, fresh. Bed, just fresh. Again, shelves, living space. And again, just from the bedroom out. I know it seems pretty minimal, it is, but it's all that I need. I wish you well in your journey of decluttering and creating the life and the home and the living space that feeds your soul and your heart and your mind. God bless.